So, hello guys, good evening to another stream of mine. I am, as always, quite excited again to do this flight on the Flight Factor 767. Perhaps one of my, well, no, it is one of my favorite airplanes to fly. And we are leaving Maldives, or we are leaving Male for Amsterdam's Schiphol again, where we originally departed from a few days ago to Düsseldorf, and from Düsseldorf to Maldives after our second attempt. Just open the door here. Oh, I cannot because it's locked. Okay, then let's just start up as usual. So we can turn down the hex a bit.
Sir, I think it is too warm in the cabin.
Too warm, okay. Well, here we are again on the 767-300ER extended range. And we are going to fly to Amsterdam, as I said before. Let me just check everything. APU generator can be turned on. And one of the most important items, the normal engine generators. Then we continue with the IRS, which needs to be set to nav mode. Yaw damper can be turned on. EEC mode can be turned on. Oops. Then we can turn on the position lights and the logo lights. Can light up the cockpit a bit. Cabin full. Then emergency exit lights can be armed. Engine switches can be set to auto. Window heat can be turned on. Although it's 29 degrees currently in Male. No smoking on. Seatbelts auto. In pressurization mode selector can be set to auto as well. Cabin temperature can be set to auto. Trim air can be turned on. Hex on. Isolation valves on. Engine and APU bleed on. Good. Here we are. Welcome back to the 767. I decided to fly with the standard configuration this time again. Normally I would have liked to use the FPDS system, but let's keep the classic variant. Also not the classic old variant with without the speed tape, but it's fine like this. Good. Let's get a bit more brightness in here. A bit more light. So. Cockpit doors open. Okay. Great. Let's do the loading stuff first. We are in Male. And we need at least 60.7 tons of fuel. I planned for 62.3 tons. Just to have a bit of reserve. You never know in Amsterdam how the weather will be like. Then 234 passengers. We have a full plane. And cargo weight 10.4 tons of cargo. Again, we are on our maximum weight. Flight time will be 10.5 hours at least. Yeah, good. I would say let's load the plane. Then we can insert the route. First I thought about doing a triangle flight, like flying to Karachi, to Pakistan, and then to Amsterdam, or to London. But I decided not to do that because I would like to do another flight tomorrow, either to Denver, because there will be a huge event in Denver. And as I was in Denver a few weeks ago in real life, and I really enjoyed it, or due to the fact that I really enjoyed it there, I need to fly there again. I know that I flew there a few months ago already on the A380 and on the A340-300. I flew to Denver on the A380 and out of Denver on the A340-300. But I really must return to Denver. So either on the TUI 767 from Amsterdam, or I will be flying to Beijing Daxing Airport, the new airport of Beijing, or the other airport of Beijing, and then maybe also to Tianjin, but I'm still not sure about it. So flight number Orange 1016. This is our route for today. First waypoint will be Elbit. And I try what? Not in database. What the hell? This is really bad. What about runway 18 departures? This is it's bad. Got this one. Escol. Then from Escol maybe Lima 894. Also not in database. What the hell? To Kital. We are in Male. From Kital, Papa 570 to Emuru. These waypoints do not sound familiar. Emuru. After Emuru, November 563. To Bosev. After Bosev, Quebec 565. Not in the system. To Ukuvo, which also does not sound familiar. Then Golf 462 to Tumak. So my plan was, if the 767 makes no problems anymore, I would fly to Denver with it, and then probably further to Los Angeles. If plan A does work, then we will head to Denver tomorrow. If not, I would go on the MSFS 2020 again and fly to Beijing Daxing on the 787-9 of TUI. Man, why do these waypoints not match? Direct to Kaban. This one. After Kaban, Romeo 21 to SRT. After SRT, Uniform Mike 860 to Charlie Romeo Mike. After Charlie Romeo Mike, Lima 746 to Odero. After Odero, Tango 86 Martel. After Martel, Tango 746 to Arges. After Arges, direct to Papa Mike Tango. Not in database or grades. Then direct to Delta Victor Alpha. After Delta Victor Alpha, direct to Deget. Deget is a familiar waypoint. Then VBOS. Direct to Pesat thereafter. Direct to Lugem. After Lugem, direct to Lamsi. After Lamsi, Lima 604 to Relby. Again, not working. After Relby, Lima 602 to Romeo Kilo November. Which will be our last waypoint for this flight. Again, I tried to depart from runway 18 this time. In Schiphol, I expect runway 36 right. This is a runway which on which I have not landed before, I guess. So Romeo Kilo November to Alpha arrival, ILS 36 right via Novaya. So we don't need huge transitions. It will be an early morning arrival where not a lot of traffic will land in Schiphol. The departure looks really good so far. Let's go to the plan and check the route. We will depart from runway 18 in Male. Then it will be a left turn, then another right turn. After the right turn it will be a left turn, and then all the way westbound. Northwestbound. Oh, but I think R2 transition would be good either way. 36 right. Maybe this one. And this one. Let's have a look. This looks way better. Yeah. Good. Route is tested, looks good. Local QNH is 1009er. Is set. Good. Let's set initial climb to flight level 100. One-way heading 180 as far as performance permits. Good. I don't know why these are already engaged. Good, let's go to the performance page. Gross weight will be 186.8, maximum weight. Reserve fuel. Now we need the page. Final reserve 4.3 tons. Alternate is Düsseldorf. And Düsseldorf is 37 minutes away. Yeah. Cruising level will be flight level 300. Cost index is... Yeah, I will take flips. Cost index 25 again. Take off flaps. Now comes the interesting part. One moment. Oh, it's working actually. Wow. We have headwinds. This is a problem, but I want to take off from runway 18 due to scenery issues. This does not seem to be correct. Seconds. 7,300 takeoff weight. I just want to know. So 767-200ER has 179 tons of maximum takeoff weight. Normal 767-300 has less maximum takeoff weight than the 200ER. This is what we need. Yeah, and the 400 even has more, right? What about the engines? Alright. Everything is fine so far. Let's go back to our calculated takeoff performance. We will depart from runway 18 at Male, flaps 5 apparently. E-rated takeoff, flap, assume temperature 33 degrees. I'm not sure if I should use that because we are a bit heavier than this. I would say let's compare these speeds to the given speeds on the FMC and then we will see, right? What if I put in flaps 5? CG is 31%, we need 3.1 units of trim. 164, 168, 173. Wow. The exact same which SimBrief gave me. Okay, what about flaps 15? (157, 161, 167) without leads. Could try that. It's quite hot outside, so let's use flaps 15 again. No D-rates. Then 157, 161, and 167. Okay, fine. That's it. 167 in the box, 180, flight every 100. Good. Okay. I forgot something again. We have to do this. Fire test, of course. This light might be broken, this F light. But it's an old plane, right? Let's do the light test. Yeah. Most of the things do work. Good. Then we also have this engineer panel. Here we can test different scenarios as well. For example, the avionics. Now you can see everything here, but I don't think that we need it. I think these are functions for an engineer or maintenance workers. Alright. So look outside. Plane looks good so far. Nobody's here. Fine. We have the GE engines. Yes. Great. Oxygen mask is working. Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen is tested 100%. Pressurization mode selector is set to auto. Flight instruments were tested. Parking brake is set. Fuel control switches are cut off. Gear pins are removed. Pre-flight checklist complete. Then before starts checklist. Not yet. We still have some time. Can close the doors. Can start the APU already. Okay, fine. From my side, I'm ready. Close the door. And lock the door. Cabin light can be dimmed to half. Road light can also be dimmed. Fine. Let's wait until the APU is running. You can see the APU EGT is increasing, RPMs as well. And this click told us that the APU generator is available. Now if I turn this on and I disconnect external power, there will be a click because the generator's switched, and now we can disconnect everything from the ground. We don't need ground support anymore. Yeah. Fine. Then seatbelts can be turned on. Dome lights can be turned off. Beacon lights can be turned on. Squawk mode is 2000. Fine. Before start checklist. Fuel. We need over 60 tons. Yeah. Checked. Passenger signs set. Windows are locked. Unfortunately, you cannot open them the flight tracker 767, and the developers also don't want to include it, with the reason it's too much work and it's unnecessary. MCP is set. V2 is 167, heading 180, runway heading, and initial climb level 100. Takeoff thrust. We will use full power. Again, I can click on thrust reference mode select switches. Okay. Toga. This is what we need for today's takeoff. Takeoff thrust is checked. Takeoff speeds V1 157, we rotate 161, and V2 167. Takeoff speeds checked. Set your pre-flight complete, but under aileron trim set to 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing, nothing to say about it. Flight deck door is locked. And red on the collision light is on. Before that check is complete, we can turn on the fuel pumps and the hydraulic pumps. Let's get a pushback driver.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Let's hope that taxiing goes better this time. I was stuck somehow after landing.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
In case of any failure, of any critical and fatal failure after departure, I would return to Malé. We have over 3000 meters of runway available. Preferably we will land on runway 36 then, as we have headwind in this direction. Yeah. Otherwise we can dump fuel. We are basically flying over the ocean. So we won't have any restrictions dumping fuel in case anything happens. And yeah, that's it. In case I have to reject, I would vacate the runway.
All doors and
on the
hatches
right.
are closed, ready to connect.
Fine. I wish I had a co-pilot here, but flying with a co-pilot like a normal flight simmer, it's difficult because it's 90% of it's 90% the case that systems do not work together, and then you have a fatal problem, and the entire flight is for the bin. Then, yeah. Right.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Releasing the brakes. Packs
Starting
off.
pushback, and you may start engines.
Let's start engine number 1. This does not sound good. Somehow, I can hear that. The pushback truck has to enable more thrust, more power as usual. Or than usual. Than usual, so very good. Engine number 1 is running. So let's start engine number 2. Okay. Okay, let's set it to continuous. APU can be turned off. APU generator. Confirm the generators are running. Yes. APU generator, it can remain. Good. Left and right isolation valve off. APU bleed off. I don't know what the pushback driver is about to do, but it does not look normal. Let's stop the pushback.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Packs can be turned back on. Let me just turn off my lights here. The past days went by so fast. It's shocking. Good. What about the music? Is it too loud?
Tow is disconnected and
No.
bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thanks. So, flaps can be set to flap setting 15, 1, 5, 15. Speed brakes are disarmed. Okay, auto brake can be set to RTO. RTO stands for rejected takeoff. Pushback driver is clear. Good. Flight control check. before the flight control check we can do the trim. We need 3.1 units of trim, which you can see here. We need to trim down. Okay. Matti, Stefan, hey man. Hello Matti, Stefan. I hope you are fine. So, flight control check, full up. Full down. Full left. Full right. Rudder full left. And rudder full right. Flight control check complete. I'm ready for taxi. I'm almost ready for taxi. Flight directors, auto thrust arm, LNAV, VNAV, engage. Let's go through the checklist. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice is not required. It's warm outside. Isolation switches, left and right are off. Recall. Checked. Auto brake, RTO, as you can see right here. Ground equipment is clear. We got the clear signal from the pushback driver. Everything is good. Okay, let's do the before takeoff checklist as well. Takeoff briefing, reviewed, packs will be turned off for... Yeah, okay, let's wait with that. Let's wait. I cannot turn off the packs already. This would not be good for the passengers, but I can set transponder mode TARA already. So, airport, data, and traffic. Where is the knob? Anyway, let's start taxi. Let's hope that it goes better this time. Parking brake is released. But we cannot taxi. I don't know what's wrong here, but we are stuck. Yo. We are stuck on the ground. Damn. Well. Matti, Stefan, what happened last time? My simulator crashed during cruise. This is what happened. Guys, we have a problem. We cannot taxi. It's the same problem I had after landing today. Reset failures. Okay. No failures, no faults or malfunctions detected. What about here? Let's try it again. Nothing is happening. The ground is like blue. I cannot move. Now I do. But I cannot taxi with this thrust. Tap the brakes. I do. Now we have to take off like this. Damn. This is bad. No, I know that I cannot take off like this. ground is like dirt. This does not work like this, guys. Imagine if I get a pushback truck now and the pushback truck is is bringing me onto the runway. Damn. And I guess you also don't want to taxi with the pushback truck all the way to runway 18. Oh, this sucks. Okay, what do you recommend me to do? We already burned some fuel here. The ground is like glue. Look. I tried to move, but it's difficult. Look, I applied thrust, but nothing is happening. You know what? Let's get a pushback truck. He should taxi me on to runway 36. Damn. At least there's not a lot of traffic here on this runway. And who the hell put a street on this runway?
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Well. Look. This is why I didn't want to take off from runway 18. No, runway 26.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Set
But this could be due to auto. Right? Because I always have auto on here, look. I always keep it running. To have nice scenery everywhere. So I get the pushback truck now. We needed 60.7 at least. Okay. Let's replan for 1836.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting tow.
Now I want to see him.
Quit blinding me with your taxi light.
Oh.
Turn it off.
It's also not easy for him. Mile traffic, orange 1016, lining up runway 36. It can take some time. Let's turn on the strobe lights already just in case, and wing lights as well. Well. Okay, just a change of plan. We will depart from runway 36. Otherwise it would
Approaching
take too long.
36.
Yeah, takes off. So before takeoff checklist, takeoff briefing reviewed, packs off, flaps 15, set. Step trim 3 units, set. Flight controls were checked and cabin is secured. Before takeoff checklist complete. I hope this is better this time, otherwise I have to disconnect. It's the first time that the pushback driver is taxiing me onto runway. Yeah, 36 confirmed.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Well. Let's hope it goes better here on this runway. The problem is, this airport got a new runway. And the older runway is now scrapped, or it was, the older runway is now taxiway. Maybe this led to the failure. Same as the ILS frequency. It didn't work this morning, so I had to look it up on Explain, and it was different. Also probably because of
runway 36.
other runway.
36.
Because each runway has a different ILS frequency.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thanks. Let's try it at least. So lights on. Landing lights on. Great. Please disregard the lights here on this runway. This is just, this happens. This is just flight simulation, right? And in flight simulation, there is always something which is wrong. For example, he's standing on dirt. Normally, it's not the case in real life. But okay, let's wait until he's driving back. I don't want to have him sucked in the engine. Okay, I'm ready. Transponder mode is set to TARA. Take off. Let's hold the brakes. I'm ready. Clock on. Engines are running stable. Setting thrust. Releasing the brakes. It seems like we are moving, but we are not moving fast. So, thrust is set. Thrust hold. So now we still have plenty of runway. V1 and rotate. Oh, luckily we made it out of here. So positive climb. Yup. just go in the replay. No, please don't crash. Let's wait for a minute, guys. Normally this should not happen. Look, it worked, it worked. Look guys, I told you, sometimes you have to be patient. The system thinks that the simulator crashed, but now I just have to disable the replay mode in the correct moment. It was a close takeoff. Nice, we made it out of Malé, and to be honest, I don't have to go here again. I really don't have the desire to come here again.
Don't sink.
Many
Low,
pilots admire this airport, but I don't. I mean, it's beautiful, of course, but here is nothing. It's just the island. I also think that Bali is overrated. Right. That was a great departure out of Malé, although we had quite a bit of problems. At least I tried out the new runway here, and it's better than the older one. But I don't have the desire to go here again. Okay, great. Autopilot on. You can climb to flight level 320, or 300, right? So dome lights can be turned on a bit. You can turn the rest on. Taxi and turn off lights can be turned off, as well as the nose gear lights. Then we can turn off. We can set flap mode to flap setting 5. Packs can be turned back on. What does the N and S stand? Normal, cool, and W to warm. Okay, nice. Let's reconnect to VetSim. So flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1. And flaps up. We checked, flaps up. Made it out of Male. So let's keep the cabin lights like this. Oh, I'm so happy that I finally leave Male. Basically, I have a list on my phone where I list all my flights which I would like to do. And Male was still on my list with the Condor AC-30 Neo, but as I don't want to fly for Condor anymore, and as I also don't want to fly the AC-30 Neo anymore, I decided to do this flight on the TUI 767. Great. Just to practice, right? I just wanted to know if the 767 is able to fly long haul routes without a problem, and after I deleted this plugin, it worked. Yeah, I departed from here. Nice. Leaving Maldives. Arrival will be tomorrow morning at 5:50 a.m. Oh, early. Nice. So tomorrow I will probably fly to Denver on the 767. I also have the desire to, or I also would like to explore Beijing Daxing Airport and Tianjin. But I'm not sure. I could also do a flight from Denver to Beijing, but this flight would take 16 hours. So I think this is a bit too long. Okay, landing lights can be turned off. Wing lights off. Fine. The 767 is a really nice plane. Because you basically only have two seats on the side and 3 in the middle. So you don't have, as in the 777 or 787, you don't have 3, so that you need to make place if somebody would like to go to the toilet. Also that so that 2 people don't have to stand up, but only one. Only one guy or woman has to stand up for you in order to give you access to the toilet, basically. Yeah. And the in-flight entertainment on United's 767s is amazing. It's really modern. I'm really happy that they modernized it, and that they care about their customers. So we can set Senate QNH 1013 29992 here as well, 29992. We got a pop-up here. Not anymore. Good. Then after takeoff checklist. Complete. Landing pressurization will be like 0, even minus, I think minus 20. I have to. Is it listed here? EHAM -9 feet. Ja. Perfect. Great. We have to fight against the winds. So let me show you something. Currently, I still have the time to do these flights. Next year, I won't have the time, probably, to do it anymore. I will tell you next week why. Today, for example, Baghdad Towers online. I don't think that there is much ATC, that there is much demand for it. Baghdad is one departure, one arrival. Oh man, this is really sad. Hamburg has 66 arrivals. Wow. Heathrow, of course, number one. By the way, currently I would say Heathrow and Frankfurt are the most demanded airports on that. Then let's have a look at tomorrow. Either I will take part here, Denver, this would be quite exciting. Denver has a great airport. I just said when the security line is so long that there is no chance to visit the toilet, because you have to get your flight, and if you go to a toilet, if you went to the toilet without standing in line, then and you have an urgent flight to make, then yeah, it's difficult. Furthermore, we have this. Beijing Daxing and Dalian. I just don't know which flight is better for me. Damn, we really have problems to climb. But we are heavy, right? I will be right back, guys. Damn. Hello, I'm back. It seems like we have turbulence. Yo. Well. Seatbelts are still on. Good. This is most likely clear air turbulence. Weather radar is currently not. I deleted the TGDS plugin because this caused problems and it didn't work either, so I just deleted it, and problem is solved so far. The only problem I have is that Xpilot is disconnecting at less than 20 FPS. This really sucks when you get the notification text here on the right upper corner. Now you can see this is how Explain simulates turbulence. This is spot on, well done. In MSFS you won't see it that good. That's why I still prefer Explain. And I say it again and again. If Explain runs well with average 30 FPS in London Heathrow, then it's absolutely good. But if you fly in Explain with like 15 FPS or 10 FPS, then it's not enjoyable anymore. Same as in MSFS. MSFS is enjoyable when you have good frames. It's basically the case in every game. But I still prefer Explain. The interface is better. Flight dynamics are better. Of course, the scenery it's just secondary. Well, it's a secondary aspect of Explain. It gets a bit left behind. But the feeling of flight dynamics is just better. You really get to feel that you are flying the plane how it is supposed to fly. And then in MSFS it flies like a toy sometimes. Well, this is not comfortable for the passengers, having the turbulence during these 10 hours of flight time. Flying here with Mach 0.77. You guys, I think there is nothing more to see here. I would say that's it from my side. You will see us tomorrow during my landing in Amsterdam with the 767. If I don't get a simulated crash. If so, I will fly the Dreamliner to Beijing, and if not, I will fly the 767 to Denver. Yeah. Oh no, Male Tower just came online. Anyway. We will see us tomorrow. Until then, I wish you a really nice remaining Thursday evening. Keep it up, stay safe, and goodbye guys. Thanks for watching and take care.